Okay, let's unpack this. For this deep dive, we're looking at the Blustream NPA100DA networked power amplifier. Our mission here is to figure out how one single piece of hardware manages to do so much. It seems to blend source management, distribution, amplification, all into one box.
Exactly. When you look at the sources, it's pretty clear this thing is engineered to, simplify really complex jobs.
So it's like a Swiss Army knife for AV professionals.
It really is.
Yeah.
We're talking about a product that can replace a whole rack of other boxes, and it does it all on the network.
So let's focus on, say, three main areas today. First, how it connects the networking side.
Yep, then power. The power options are surprisingly flexible.
And finally, the sheer versatility of the physical inputs and outputs.
A lot to cover there.
Okay, let's start with that network engine. The big buzzword is Dante, right? Dante and AES67.
Mm-hmm.
What does that actually mean for moving audio around? It supports two-channel in and out.
It means you're treating your audio just like any other data on your network. It's uncompressed, high-fidelity audio over, standard IP.
But what about the network design itself? Does it force you into a specific setup?
No, and that's what's so clever about it. You can actually keep your Dante audio traffic on its own port, separate from the LAN port you'd use for control. Or if you want a simpler network, you can just combine them into a single LAN connection. It gives the installer a choice.
Right. Now, speaking of simple installs.
Power.
An amplifier needs a lot of juice. Can it really just run off a network cable?
It can. It supports PoE++4, which is Type 4 high power over Ethernet.
Which is a huge deal in commercial spaces.
Yep.
No need for an electrician to run a new outlet.
A tremendous advantage. It saves on conduit, on labor, all of it. And the unit is smart.
What do you mean by smart?
It actually checks what the network switch can deliver. If the switch isn't powerful enough, the amp just scales back its own power output automatically.
So it adapts. And if you need full power, you can still plug it in locally.
Of course. There's a standard 36-volt DC power supply option for that. It works with the infrastructure you have.
Okay, let's shift gears from the network to the physical connections. It has the basics, analog, optical.
Sure, the standard stuff.
But the sources highlight HDMI ARC and a dedicated MIC input. That seems unusual for a zone amp.
Well, think about it. The HDMI ARC is perfect for, say, a hotel room or a meeting room where you need to get audio from the TV back into the main system.
And it has CEC volume control, right? So the TV remote just works.
It does. And that microphone input, that's the key for turning any room into a presentation space.
Tell me more about that input. Is it just a basic jack?
Not at all. It provides 48-volt phantom power.
Which you need for professional condenser mics.
Exactly. And it also has auto ducking built in. So if music is playing and someone makes an announcement, the music volume automatically drops.
That's a premium feature. Okay, what about the outputs? It's just as flexible there, I imagine.
It is. You can run it in stereo, 50 watts per channel.
Yeah.
Or you can bridge it for a single 100-watt mono output.
But the big one for commercial jobs is the constant voltage option, right? The 70-volt or 100-volt output. Why is that so important?
It's all about efficiency. Constant voltage lets you run much, much longer speaker wires and daisy chain a whole bunch of speakers together on one line.
So you use less copper and the installation is faster.
Way faster. It's a non-negotiable for large venues like airports or shopping centers. It even has a dedicated LFE sub-output. It covers all the bases.
So with all this routing and mixing, there has to be some serious processing inside.
Oh, yeah. The DSP, the digital signal processing, is really robust.
What kind of control does that give you?
You get a full 31-band EQ with plus or minus 10 dB of gain, perfect for tuning the audio to the specific acoustics of a room.
And I saw a note about audio delay.
Yeah, that's for lip sync correction. If you've got video processing happening, the audio can sometimes get ahead. This lets you dial it in perfectly.
So with all this power, how is it meant to be controlled? I mean, in a professional install, no one is walking up to the box to turn a knob.
It's built for remote management completely. You've got control over IR, RS-232, TCP/IP.
And a web page for setup.
A full web GUI for setup and control. There's even a 12-volt trigger input, so it can be powered on and off automatically by the rest of the system rack.
That's a staggering amount of functionality in what looks like a very small box. It's only 250 millimeters wide.
And it comes with the mounting kits for a rack or just, under a table. The whole point is seamless, powerful integration without the clutter.
So that brings up a bigger question for me.
Go on.
If one component like this can handle the networking, the power delivery over Ethernet, all these different inputs, and even 70-volt outputs, What does this mean for the future?
That's the provocative thought, isn't it? How quickly does a traditional single-purpose amplifier become, well, obsolete in these kinds of installations? And maybe more importantly, how much is every physical AV installation from now on going to depend entirely on the strength of its network?
A really compelling question about where this is all headed. Keep diving deep into your sources. We'll talk soon.